This is an important part about racing, walking the track. In walking the track, you can learn about things that you don't normally see while practicing yourself. You can watch other riders take jumps, take turns, see what their lines are going to be. This is an important thing about race strategy. Let's look first at cornering strategy. This is a slingshot pass. Watch the rider in yellow go high on the berm and pass the lead rider on the inside. Let's see a diagram of the slingshot pass. This is the lead rider coming into the corner. As the yellow rider comes up high, he will pass the lead rider at this point and become the inside rider going into the next turn. Let's take another look at that. Let's take a look at another cornering strategy, the block pass. This is where you'll try to pass the lead rider on the inside. Let's see this in action. Watch the rider in yellow. Let's take a look at a diagram of the block pass. This is the lead rider. Position yourself on the inside coming through the turn, passing him on the inside and taking over his line. Let's see that again in slow motion. Notice how the rider in yellow stays on the inside of the lead rider, forcing him on the outside of the turn and overtaking him coming out. In this program, we've seen techniques on gates, jumps, and basic racing strategy. Now let's look at a summary of the key racing tips. Tip number 1, always wear your helmet and proper safety gear. Tip 2, start with a review of what you've learned from the previous day's riding. And last, practice daily, especially those starts.
Many people don't think BMX racing requires fuel because it's done on a bicycle. But it's your body that's the engine, and it requires proper fuel just like any car racing engine. That's why we have an expert here with us, Mindy Abramson from Robinson Racing. She's the director of operations and going to tell us a little bit about the proper foods to put in our bodies. Mindy, tell us about foods.
Well, there are definite do's and don'ts. Some of the don'ts might be junk food. Stay away from junk food. Before the race, during the race, and during the entire race season. Fried foods. Don't let your body get concentrated with oil. Let it be concentrating on putting out energy. Stay away from sweets. Candies, cookies, cakes.
Don't they have sugar in them, and isn't sugar a higher energy food?
Yes. There are natural sugars and manufactured sugars. If you see it in a package, put it back on the shelf. Do yourself a favor. Salt. Stay away from salt. Don't munch out on corn chips, potato chips, things of that nature. Try to stay away from soda, at best if possible. Water is a great alternative.
Well, those are a lot of examples. I'm sure a lot of BMXers out there are making these mistakes. Let's go trackside and see if we can catch them in the act.
Need my junk food, baby. Need my junk food now. Need my junk food, baby. Need my junk food now. I'm gonna eat what I want, eat what I choose. Anything I want. I want some more of that, yeah. Yeah, I got the junk food blues. Need my junk food, baby. junk food now. I need my junk food, baby.
You like the Coke?
Now, well, give me more of this and give me more of that. Anything I want, I'm gonna be real fat. Well, feed me, just feed me what I choose. Everything I want, I got my junk food blues.
I don't know, but I'm eating it anyway.
Yes, I do.
Looks like we caught a few of them, Mindy. Well, now that they know what not to eat, let's tell them some of the better foods to eat.
When you eat, how you eat, and what you eat are equally as important. Some of the things you want to try to stick to are eating well-balanced meals during the entire season. As you approach the race day, you want to curb your meals a little bit. You want to substitute your steak for maybe a potato. You want to scratch the red meat and go into the starches and the high carbohydrates, such as spaghetti. An alternative to maybe a steak would be a nice lean piece of chicken or veal.
You said spaghetti. What about a pizza? That's awful fun. I'm sure a lot of the kids out there can relate to that.
Well, a pizza's okay. It's certainly better than a nice lamb chop. On the race day itself, don't load yourself down with anything heavy. Frequent light snacking is very, very beneficial.
Well, I wonder if maybe some of the top factory stars are doing what you just recommended. Why don't we go out to the track and see what they're doing?
For dinner last night, I had linguine and clam sauce.
For dinner last night, I had pizza.
Last night for dinner, I had spaghetti and a big salad bar.
No red meats.
No red meat.
No
chicken
red
or
meats
fish
because it
only.
stays in your body for about 8 or 9 hours, and your body's digesting it, taking up all your energy doing that instead.
What you get for breakfast?
Fruit is in your body. Fruit is pure energy in 20 minutes.
All right.
During the day, I try to eat light, try to eat bread, try to eat drinks, mostly fluid, you know, not Coke, Pepsi, any of that junk. Just try to drink water or Gatorade or something with carbohydrate in it.
I just stick to like fruits, like natural stuff, bananas, apples, oranges, water, things like that.
Looks like some of the better riders are doing just what you say, Mindy. Any further comments to tell these riders out there?
Yeah, absolutely. Certain foods you want to have around the pit area that are easily accessible are fresh fruits. Remember when I was specifically pointing out natural sugars versus packaged sugars? A fresh fruit, beautiful banana, nice yellow package, something delicious. Or dried fruits, natural sugar again, raisins. Whole wheat bread, delicious loaf, throw it in the car, goes anywhere. Water versus soda, always water comes out on top. Energy drinks are popular in any sport. They're fine as long as they're diluted more than the average direction will tell you to.
Diluted, is that like putting water in with them?
If you have a bottle of an energy drink, make it 2 bottles.
Smart economics. I'm sure moms and dads can get into that.
Well, it's also smart for the body it's going into. Any of these foods can be picked up at your average corner store.
Sounds great, Mindy. Thanks for coming out. Riders, listen to what she said and go out and do the best you can with the proper fuels.